Alright, hello everyone, Mr. Stevens here. Today we're going to be starting off our coordinate geometry unit with a lesson on the Cartesian plane. Our goal of this lesson is to basically identify the key features of a Cartesian plane and to be able to plot points, understand how coordinates work. And the important thing for how coordinates work comes up here in our key fact. We always deal with x before we deal with y. So our success criteria for this lesson, again, it's going to be all about recognizing the key features of the Cartesian plane. We're going to be able to understand how to work with coordinates, and then we're going to plot them. Right, so I want you guys to get this diagram down into your book. This is all the key features of a Cartesian plane that we need to know about. Right at the center here, we've got this special point that we call the origin. We have each of these quadrants, 1, 2, 3, 4. The other things that we need to point out here are the x and y axis. X is horizontal, y is vertical. Those are the basic features of the Cartesian plane, so I want you to make sure all of those are clearly visible on your version of this diagram that you put in your books. Okay, the second thing we need to look at this lesson is how to plot points. Now, up in the success criteria, we mentioned this thing called crawl before we climb. We also mentioned that x always comes before y. So this number is dealing with the x-axis, and this number is dealing with the y-axis. And what I want you guys to remember is that we crawl before we climb. We start in the middle, and then we crawl 2 units. That comes from here, the 2, the x, and then we climb 3 units up to here, and that comes from the y, the second point. So this point 2, 3 is here. This is point A. Now we'll do B in red. Now there is a 0 here for our x coordinate, so we aren't going to crawl anywhere. We're going to stay where we started at the origin. And our y coordinate is 4, so we're going to climb 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there is our point B. Now let's do this one together. I'd like you guys to copy this down. See if you can have a go at it without me, but otherwise I'm going to show you how to do this one. For point C, we're going to crawl -1. That means we're going to start at the origin, and instead of crawling up numbers, we're going to crawl backwards to -1, and then we're going to climb to 2.5. 1, 2, and a half. So our point is going to be at -1 and 2.5 on the y-axis. That's going to be point C. Now a second point here, point F. Excuse me. We're going to crawl 2 units horizontally. 1, 2, and then we're going to climb again here with the negative number. Instead of climbing up, we're climbing down when the number is negative. And we're going 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means point F is down here. Alright, now for these ones, I definitely want you guys to pause the video and have a go at plotting point D and E on your own. Alright, so hopefully you've had a go at these two yourself. I'm going to show you where to put them. We're crawling -3.5, so again, starting at the origin, 1, 2, 3.5. Our point will be here. And we actually don't have to climb anywhere, so that is point D. Now for point E, we're crawling -2, and we're climbing -2.5. 1, 2.5. So our point E is here. Okay, so what we should be able to do now is point out all the key features of the axis, the Cartesian plane, sorry. We should understand that coordinates are given in this form, x first, then y, and we can plot these points by crawling horizontally and then climbing vertically. Thanks, guys.